Like we do every Thursday evening, we have conversations with people who matter, people who are blazing the trail, who are actually doing amazing work for Mother Ghana. And this evening, I have one such conversation for you. I sit down with an amazing young man. Yeah. His name is going to go down into the history books of Ghana football. He's already causing, well, a new wave or a new movement, you can call it, bringing back the love to Ghana football. Boy, oh boy, what a run he's had. I mean, and this is not by coincidence, actually. His experience with the beautiful game started at a very early age, about 17 years old, when he formed Shooting Stars FC. Wow. A youth club right here in Accra. And since then, every step he's taken has been in connection with the football industry. Look, his love for the beautiful game has sent him on a great journey to becoming a sports journalist, seasoned football administrator, and now the president of the Ghana Football Association. Yeah. He's right here in the studios of Joy FM, wearing a very lovely blazer. Go cost. Oh, it go cost. No. You should see that blazer. You go onto my Joy FM Facebook page now.
Bend down boutique.
Please help me welcome president of the GFA, Mr. Kurt Edwin Simon, or it be Simon.
Both.
Kurt Edwin Simon Okraku. Yeah. On Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome, brother.
Thank you. So I almost said thank you, sister.
Oh, he's a good sport too. Look at that. Well, I'm a brother, man.
Yeah, I know.
Me, what I want to find out is, where for Kant will you take the jacket? I be say be bend down.
Be bend down boutique.
We side for Kant, man.
Oh, you see,
if you pass,
you see the old Kingsway
around Marina Mall.
As you go past the Kingsway, then you come out to the right side. Some shop be there the corner inside.
Some shop be there. Oh man, really good to see you, man. Welcome to Joy FM.
Thank you very much.
And I haven't gotten the opportunity to say congratulations to you. Congrats.
Thanks.
You still hear it, don't you?
Thanks. Yeah.
I hope this will be the last
basis,
one. Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay, huh?
Yeah, it's okay.
Is it like you expected the seats? Say, I want to be GFA.
Well, I think 17. At the age of 17, I started a journey.
Yeah.
That culminated in the victory of October 25. When I started the journey, of course, my dad, who is 95. Yeah, he's 95. He was 95, I think, 10 years ago. 10 days ago.
10 days ago.
10 days ago.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Dad. I love you.
Awesome.
He, even though traditionally I come from a football background, he didn't want me to pursue the love for footy.
Is it?
Yes, for him, Sanoya school. You have to go to school.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, somebody would say June, July attitude. You know what is June, July attitude? Yeah, okay. So, yes, you have to go to school. But my mom, Mrs. Rebecca Okraku, was the key.
Oh, okay.
She ensured that my love for football was never lost.
That is surprising, actually.
At the time, at the age of 17, when I had my first football club, I was the team captain, the chairman. Somebody would say the bankroller. I had no money.
So what were you rolling?
But
what were you rolling?
But I took the money for my mom.
Oh, from your mom?
Yeah. She was key. She prepared food for the lads when they came home to pick up their jerseys and to prepare for games. She always prepared us food. I remember there was this period in Ghana where people had to struggle for food. was it in the early 80s?
In the early 80s, yes.
Early 80s.
Yeah.
And my dad used to work at OIC, Opportunities Industrialization Center. And he had access to maize at that time. And then my mom would prepare the banku and give it to footballers.
Wow.
But that was the beginning of a journey that I had always believed would end on a high. So I'm not surprised that we are here today.
Awesome. We'll actually delve into growing up proper, because you've got a very interesting story. I mean, one that thought that your father would rather be motivating you to do football, but it's your mother.
Yeah.
It's quite surprising.
She was key.
Yeah. We'll get to that. But tell me, how's the work of the president of GFA? Is it like you expected?
Well, I think that it's first of all, I enjoy football. I love anything connected to football. So I don't get tired when I'm working in the industry. However, after October 25 of last year, my life changed. I mean, instead of 24 hours a day, I work 48 hours a day. It's absolutely crazy.
Wow.
More than I expected, to be sincere. Perhaps it stems from the fact that I see the business of football quite differently. I love excellence, for which reason I would always want to go the extra mile to achieve excellence, and that takes a lot of time, especially in our part of the world.
Is it overwhelming?
You mean the job?
Yes.
The workload is overwhelming because as we speak, we're still finding the right personnel to be able to deliver on promise. So it's kind of taking a lot of my energy, but hey, this is what I want to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is the money good?
There's no money.
There's no money.
It's not a paid job. Of course, when you travel, there are what I would call small allowances. If you compare that to what I used to do as a private person, of course, one would say that you're wasting your time. But when you love the sport, and when you have dedicated all your formative years to the sport, you'd want, and when you achieve, you want to give back what you have achieved. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
You're giving back?
I am giving back. Yeah.
Are you rich?
I'm not poor. But at least I take care of hundreds, not thousands.
So there's never been a moment you ask yourself, okay, why am I really doing this when I'm not being paid as it is?
Once in a while you get mad. Once in a while you feel unhappy because perhaps expectations are not met. Some deliverables are not being delivered timely, so you get upset and you start to ask yourself some questions. But hey, then there's always one word: passion, that comes into your mind. Hey, you are here because of passion. You are here because of passion. So you keep going.
So you mentioned that once in a while something takes you off the wrong way and you ask yourself those questions. What's the last thing that you can recall that ticked you off the wrong way that made you ask those questions?
Do I remember? I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, when some of our football clubs decided to go contrary to what we expect, I was like, do we really understand what we're doing? Do we really belong to this industry? Are we in an industry where we want to see the sport progress? Do we want the sport to be like what we see on the screens? And you try to find answers. And when you look at the people who are involved in what you think are the wrongs, you would want to say to yourself, you expect these people to know a bit more than the way they're going. So you go sad. There are moments that I feel quite sad, quite disappointed. But some way, somehow, I always find new energy. To say to myself, look, there are hundreds, thousands of people who look up to you. There are thousands who believe that you have the capacity to change the sport in this country. So you can't disappoint everybody. Okay, get in there and get it done.
So if there's no money, like you said, there's no paid job. There's a perception that there's money at GFA.
Well, there is a perception, and it is a perception that we're working towards correcting, because when you are outside the corridors of mainline football administration, you because of the kind of stories you read from overseas, you'll say, hey, okay, the FA is rich, the FA is not rich, the FA is one of the poorest in this country. To be sincere, that is not to say that it hasn't got the potential to rake in big figures. Okay, but that can only happen when we get it right. At the moment, we've not been able to get it right.
We'll talk a lot more about work, because the way you're talking about work and you're sad, and you should see his face, like, he makes sad. No, I don't want you to be sad.
Wait. You needed to see me when the Black Stars defeated South Africa in Cape Coast in the AFCON qualifier. I was extremely happy.
Yeah.
I
actually saw a video. Philip showed me a video where you were Shin Jama with the boys.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I love my Jama.
So nice.
In fact, I can't wait for the boys to be back in camp for me to join.
Oh, good stuff. We'll talk more about work, but I want to know about you. I want to know about Edwin Simon Okraku Kate. Hey, Kate, Simon, Edwin. Interesting.
Long one, oh.
Where did you grow up? At least we've gotten to know a little bit about your dad and what.
Okay, so I grew up where I started life. I was born in Accra. Then my dad got transferred to the west. So
what was he?
He worked with Mobil Oil, Ghana Limited at that time. We lived in Sekondi, and in November 1979 we left the west to Accra, to New Achimota, now in the Kingsby area. We were one of the first settlers in that area where Azuma Nelson lives. Then I schooled at Green Hill International. From Green Hill International to St. John's Grammar.
Okay.
And I remember when we had what we used to call the common entrance exams, I had good grades. I had applied to enroll at Achimota School.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was told, or we were told, that if your somebody in quote has not been through the Achimota system, there's no way you can go. You can get admission at that time. Then there was another news item that you needed to see somebody and give envelope, and my dad was like, "Impe, I may forget. I won't forget. You go to another school." So he didn't bother to push for me to go to Achimota. I got St. John's Grammar, Form 1 to Form 5, and then I went to Ghana Secondary in Koforidua.
Okay.
For sixth form, and then to University of Ghana.
Now, along this path, what was your passion? What did you want to do? Was there a career path you wanted to chart?
I've always wanted to be either a lawyer or a journalist.
Ah.
A lawyer or a journalist. And then I remember, was it my dad or my granddad said, lawyer for the Omiya for. Sorry. Quite unfortunate at that time. I mean, that was in the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in the 80s. Sorry, when I was growing up. So it kind of killed my appetite for the profession, and I said to myself, I want to be a journalist. So after the A levels, I wanted to enroll at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. Unfortunately, my dad said no.
Mm-hmm.
You will not go into the Ghana Institute of Journalism. You have to go to University of Ghana, because I had admission into University of Ghana.
To pursue what?
Law. Law. Okay, so when finally the admissions came out, I was not enrolled into law, to read law. Then I said to my dad, you see, I want to go into journalism. And then he said, listen, you have to go to University of Ghana, because when you go through University of Ghana, you will never be the same person again. So reluctantly, I agreed to go to University of Ghana.
To read law?
No, because I had political science, religions, and philosophy.
Okay.
Okay. So I was extremely disappointed because I think I had aggregate 7 at that time, which should have given me admission to read law.
Yeah.
But back and forth, okay, I didn't. So at Legon, I got myself involved in journalism with Radio Universe, where myself, Dr. Banyako and co presented sports at Radio Universe. So from Radio Universe to Groove FM as the head of sports, and then to network broadcasting, Radio Gold. In between, I spent some time here with multimedia.
Welcome back home.
I remember our days during the Mondial of 1998 in France. Myself, Carl Tufo, and co were here. And I remember one funny evening. I was reading the tidbit section, and I pronounced one particular word wrongly. I remember. I don't want to repeat the word.
You have to. Yeah, you have to. What word is that?
Immediately after the show, I descended the stairs, and you could see everybody at the reception laughing. So I said to Carl, "What's happening here?" They said, "You pronounced a word wrongly." I said, "Oh my God. So that was my story.
What was the story?
I'm not going to say it.
It's two things. Benedict, do you have a sports script there? Please bring me your sports script right now. Kurt is going to.
The word starts with S. SUCC.
Success.
No.
Succeed. Kurt, you're going to say it. You have to say it. Okay. So after telling me that word, you're going to read this sports news.
Oh my God!
And relive those moments you were here at Joy FM. But for starters, what word was it? Succumb. What did you
can just imagine the way I pronounce it. Succumb.
Oh my God! No, I mean that one you are forgiven.
Oh my God!
Kurt, this is your script.
Oh my God!
I mean, Multimedia Group is 25 years, and being a member of the family, I'm sure you have some fond words for this place as well that contributed to your career.
Oh, of course. I think that Multimedia has been an amazing entity. Produced some of the very, very best. Championed the very topmost quality of journalism in this country. A network that has been extremely honest in reportage. I think that the level of excellence that has been kept, the culture of excellence that has been kept here, that ensured that Ghanaians have been educated, have been properly informed over time, has been amazing.
Awesome.
I mean, some few weeks ago, I had a conversation with Samuel Atamensa. Saments. And those were our times here on Joy FM. I mean, and we tried to play back some of the lost time.
Yeah.
You know, and you could see the quantum of knowledge that Multimedia has pumped into the entire nation. And to Kwesi Chum and everybody who has been associated, you've been amazing, and may the Almighty God continue to bless you.
Amen, and thank you so much for your kind words. One of our own, Kurt. Now, time for the sports news on Joy FM with Mr. Kurt Edwin Simon Okraku.
Good evening. My name is Kurt Okraku. The head coach of Halifax Ladies, Mercy Tego Kwaku, has resigned from the Tema Base Club after only one season with immediate effect. She explained her decision is to give her enough time to focus on her work as the Black Queens head coach and to concentrate on her international assignment with CAF and with FIFA.
Thank you. Luckily, there's no succumb in there.
No, I'm quite fortunate.
Okay. So, at what point did the love for sports begin?
So from Radio Universe, obviously, where we were responsible for the sports department, I went to Groove FM, and I was head of sports. And I went to Radio Gold, and I was a deputy head of sports.
And this was way after you had formed Shooting Stars FC?
Yeah. Way. Because Shooting Stars was at the age of 17.
Yeah. Your football age or your age?
No, real.
Your real age.
At the age of 17. Then to University of Ghana. Then Ghana Institute of Journalism, I forgot. So I was at Groove FM, and then at the same time I was on at Ghana Institute of Journalism.
Okay.
Yeah, so during that period, of course, the love for the sport increased in leaps and bounds.
Were you a player?
I played. Yeah. I played at the juvenile level. In the same team that I owned, I was also a player. I was a team captain.
And what position were you playing?
Always in midfield.
Were you a good player?
I was tough.
Or because
I was tough.
Because the team was yours. They didn't have a choice but to keep you in there.
No.
But I
was a good player. I was not a super talent. But I was a good player.
So maybe I understand. I guess Messi.
Nowhere close.
Nowhere close.
But I guess
Dombote.
Dombote was a super talent.
Okay, so not close to Dombote.
No, Lexus.
And they know what's up, Baba. Anyway, nice.
So my love for the sport developed over time. When I left, I went to England. I studied marketing. I studied information technology. I studied hospitality management. Then I did MBA football.
Wow,
that was the climax. And I said to myself, "This is it." Okay. Once education was over, I applied to be the CEO of the Manchester Football Association, and I was turned down.
You turned down?
That was one of my saddest moments.
Back in England?
Yes, in England. I thought that I was well qualified, very good experience in the industry at that time.
So why do you think they turned you down?
Well, for me, there was only one reason. I thought racism.
Because you were black?
Because I was black. Because weeks after they had written to me saying that my application came in late, they continued to advertise the portfolio.
Wow.
So that was, for me, that was one of the low points of my life. And then I decided to look for alternatives. I found myself in Ghana with the League Clubs Association, with Hearts of Oak as the Director for Communications and Marketing, and then Dreams Football Club, my baby club, which is into its 11th year, and the president of the FA.
GFA.
Yeah.
At what point did Shooting Stars die? Or did it die?
It died in court when I left to sixth form in the Eastern region. When I left to school, of course, there was nobody to manage to take care. And once I came out of the sixth form, University of Ghana, I had no time again. That was it. When I was in the sixth form, I tried to play. I remember I went for a trial session with the school team. There were a lot more better players than I was at that time. Chasamoa, one time the striker for the Black Stars, was one of the key players in the team at that time. So I couldn't pursue a career because I was not a super talent, like I said.
Yeah. You got into journalism, and even before you even got there, I get the impression that you had a privileged upbringing. It wasn't that bad. Would you say?
I would say that I was blessed with a very good family. My dad has always been the man who would want to take care of his kids, gave us the best of education. He's always said that I'll support you to the maximum you want to go. Okay. My mom has always been with us. She was a midwife. She took us to church regularly, and I love that. At church, we were part of the choir, St. Andrew's Anglican Church. So I would say I had a good family, to be sincere. But my dad will always tell you that my property is not your property. You have to work and build up your own property. Okay, so he gave us the belief that we have to be responsible, we have to work, we have to be serious with our education, most importantly, because he believes that education will always take you somewhere. And that's why I've always supported people who have come to me asking for support for their education. And I do that a lot.
What has been the hardest times of your career, of your life, if you've had any?
Do I remember? I think once upon a time I had problems with my dad. And he wouldn't speak with me. So it was kind of a big issue for me.
What did you do?
Do I even know?
Usual
bad boys. He is a very, very strict disciplinarian. Okay, so once if you don't go according to his demands, obviously, you will not have it easy with him. Okay. I remember going out with my friends, so we went fishing. If you know Achimota very well, there used to be across the railway line. There used to be is there a pond, and there was a lot of fish in it. Okay, so we always get our nets and our hooks and go fishing, and my dad never liked it. So one day after school, I didn't come home. I went fishing. And when I came home, I came home late. Crazy. Bo me no. Hey! And when he's mad, nobody dares go close to him.
Yeah.
He is an ex-military officer, so you can just imagine. Nasem yet stubborn, and yet you're stubborn. So yes.
Are you like him?
No. I think I'm. Why are you laughing? No. I'm not.
Your team in the office disagree.
I think so. At least today, I've gotten to know their opinion about perception about me.
There you go.
No. I don't want to fail. I hate failure. Okay. I always want to achieve, and in doing that, you always have to get people to believe in your way. I've always believed that the impossible is possible once you dedicate yourself, align yourself, and put in the right energy levels. So it's always a big responsibility, a big task to get people in line. That's been one of the big challenges. But once people get to understand you, it's always easy for them to work with me.
What was the biggest challenge handling a football team? I mean, I'm not talking about shooting stars, because that was when you were much younger and you had mom
more money.
No, I mean, you had mom cook banku for the team and whatnot. But Dreams FC, that was a bigger task.
Yes.
How arduous is the task?
Well, first of all, we were part of a family called FCM Mamobi. Unfortunately, I lost my friend and brother, Alaji Bimbo. Beyond his demise, we had problems in the family. Okay, in the football club. So myself, my partner Mohamed Gigi Alifo and Prince, we decided to paddle our own canoe. What do I mean by that? To form our own football club. And I remember during those days, we were very close to lawyer Teddy Sorry. And once upon a time, we went to his office, trying to sort ourselves out. And he said, Kate, Charlie, you will go do your own. Oh. You will go do your own. Go and do your own club. You know. So the formative years of Dreams FC was very, very challenging. We were extremely poor. no resources, but we believed that we could do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so primarily we were all just using the knowledge that God has given us, that we had acquired. And I had always believed that when you get the right people together, football can be interesting. Okay, so we started virtually from ground zero in the year 2009. Okay, for 4 years we played in the second division. We were never ready to push up the ladder. And then once upon a time, when we believed or when we realized that we were ready by way of the intangible assets and by way of our finances, we decided to push to get qualification to Division 1, and we did. We won the second division league, and then we played 1 year in Division 1, and then we won promotion to the Premier League. Okay, so the biggest challenge has always been finances.
Okay.
Getting the right resources, getting the right people to work with you to pursue your vision. And when you know how the football industry is in Ghana, you would easily agree that it's always extremely difficult to find the resources to feed the kids, to pay salaries, because it's like sebi. Jimmy for pay NA football. You pump in money regularly, money doesn't come back. I know hundreds and hundreds of people who have never earned money for, let's say, 20 years, but they are still in the sport. They are still in the business. Okay, so you always have to believe that, okay, you're doing it right, and if you keep the way, eventually you'll be rewarded.
So where would the reward come from? If
from the intangible assets. If you get the right players, if you invest in the players, if you give them the needed exposure, if you find the right platforms to offer these players the opportunity to challenge their talents and to get themselves in a much bigger market, you'll be rewarded. And I think eventually in 2012 we had a breakthrough. Our striker John Entry went to Egypt. It was one big blessing for us. In the same year, Abdul Babaraman, also from us, signed in Germany. And that was the beginning of perhaps what has become one of the most attractive brands in football in Ghana, Dreams Football Club.
Was the state now? Is it flourishing? Are you happy with where it is now?
I think it's been okay.
Okay.
Clearly, we've had some challenges. It can be much better.
Are you being modest?
I'm being honest.
I don't believe you.
I'm being honest.
I think you're being more modest than
I'm being
honest.
I'm being very honest.
Okay.
In 2012 was a very good year for us.
Okay.
So the two boys went to Europe. In between time, a few others also had the opportunity to go to Europe. And then in 2017, Babaraman signed in Chelsea.
Yeah.
And that took Dreams FC into the world, or to the world. Beyond him, we've produced quite a number of amazing talents, and I think that we cannot be ungrateful to the Almighty for how far He's brought. Dreams FC is an amazing family, a family that has stuck together, that has believed in the leadership of the club, and that's what has been working.
So now, what role do you play in Dreams?
Unfortunately, this new in-code job is taking me away.
Yeah.
But I always have my eye on what is happening there.
Let's talk about this new job.
Which one? Your job or?
No. Your job. Your October job.
Yeah.
That is not paying you, but you're excited about it and committing 48 hours a day to it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What makes you love it, for starters? Apart from the passion of football that you've always had, now you're in the seat. There should be something driving you to work every day.
It's difficult to take away the passion. It's very difficult to take away the passion. If you look at where I have come from, my story has always been having a good preparatory period that would eventually lead me to where I am today. Okay. By way of education, you can see I studied everything connected to the football industry. Okay. Marketing, journalism, information technology, hospitality management, business administration. And that makes the soup interesting. Okay. So I've always believed that once you get a good preparatory period, once you believe in the way, you eventually excel. And here we are. And whatever I learned in school, I've tried to put it into practice. And that's what we did with Dreams FC. And that's how come Dreams FC has become a model club and a respectable brand in this country. And I say to myself, okay, it's come to a point where I need to also offer myself to the nation to give back. So I contested to be on the executive council of the Football Association in an election that I won by a landslide. Okay, 4 years down the line, something happened to our sport. There was a need for a new leadership, and we said to ourselves, look, let's put ourselves forward, and we did. And the people in our industry voted for us. Now our responsibility is to bring everybody together again as a family.
What was the biggest challenge when you took office?
Wow. The sport had been managed for 13 years by President Nyantichi. He exited, and then the NC took over, and then we came into office at a time that the sport was completely dead. Completely dead. Okay? We had not played footy for 18 plus months. And for us, that was the biggest challenge. The battle to win the hearts and minds of the people, to get players to believe that they can again have a career, to get all key stakeholders to believe that there can be, in quote, careers in the industry, to get corporate Ghana to believe that football can be perhaps the strongest vehicle they could rely on for all sorts of initiatives. And to get the entire nation to love the sport again. Okay, so it was always a big challenge to get the entire nation, because we are a country of about, let's say, 30 million people. Everybody, if I'm not making a mistake, loves football. Everybody, from our president, Nana Akufo-Addo, you heard him in Parliament today, to everybody in the country loves football. So our biggest challenge was how to get everybody to follow footy again. And how were we going to do that? To ensure that we deliver on promise, to get a very competent team together, to put all the subcommittees together, to get our statutes working again, to get our football clubs back on the pitches again. Isn't quite a journey. But I think that overall we've not disappointed.
Do you think everybody is with you on this course?
I will be silly to believe that everybody will be with me or is with me. But I know the majority of the Ghanaian populace are with us. Majority of the Ghanaian populace believe in the way we had done the business of football in the time past. Majority of the people in the industry believe in what we have done so far and see a future that has hope, a future that will continue to open up opportunities for young kids, boys and girls in this country. Usually, such people will never be noticed from the woods of Ghana.
Have you heard any criticism of your administration?
I hear it on a daily basis.
There's one that says that...
And that's what I love most. Okay?
You do?
Yes, I love most. I love to hear people who see the other way, the other side that I don't see. I love to hear people who are not happy speak about what I do. Because that's what makes me better all the time.
So something like an allegation that you're running the FA with family and friends. Have you heard that?
Oh, I hear that all the time.
Is it true?
I don't know what they mean by that. But nobody wins an election and brings his enemies to come and work. I will not win an election and bring my enemies to come and work. I'll bring people I believe have the capacity to help me deliver on my promise. And everybody or anybody that I have brought on board believe in my way. And that is the only way.
Are you satisfied with the support you're receiving from government?
I think that since October 25, we've had an amazing journey with government. They've been very supportive. Indeed, I expect them to continue to be supportive. Indeed, I expect more. But the truth of the matter is that we've had numerous engagement processes or opportunities, and we continue to engage. Because right from the word go, I did say that nobody can run football in any country without the expert support of the ruling government. You should be silly to believe otherwise. Okay? The national teams are mostly funded by the government, and in many, in fact, in most developed football nations, governments invest in domestic football. Okay? How do we get our government to believe in this way? It's only when we engage, and this is what we are doing.
Was it just yesterday your communications director resigned?
Yes.
It was yesterday?
Yes.
Did it come as a surprise to you?
Yes, I was a bit surprised because he never spoke to me. But I read the email which he addressed to the General Secretary.
Not to you?
No, obviously. All communications are addressed to the General Secretary of the FA. If he had spoken to me, I'm sure I would have had one or two words to share with him. But the FA continues beyond that.
You accepted his resignation?
Yes, it has been accepted. In the next few days, a new director of communications will be appointed by the Football Association. I want to work with people who believe in my way. I keep saying this.
Do you think he didn't believe in your way?
Well, if he believed, he would have stayed. Okay?
It was you and not probably something else?
Well, I don't know. But I'm saying that I'm the president of the FA. If somebody has left, it means the person didn't believe.
Okay? Do you find out?
If the person believes in my leadership, I encourage all my staff to always walk up to me and engage. Okay? On this particular account or note, he never came to me. He dealt with the General Secretary, which is fair. It's purely within his prerogative. But what I'm saying, and what's most important, is that no single individual has the capacity to deliver an amazing Ghana Football Association. I need, and we need, the support of everybody. Okay? If one leaf is falling by the wayside, a new leaf will be brought to ensure that the flight is stable, there's not too much turbulence, and we deliver on our promise. And I'm saying that in the next few days, a new director of communications of the FA will be announced.
Okay.
He is somebody of the highest quality. I believe in him a lot, and he will help me deliver the
you've already figured him out already?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When did you figure him out?
It's always been in the pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's going to help me deliver our policy of igniting passion and creating wealth for everybody.
Okay. Now, just this weekend, there was something amazing that happened in the game between Okraku and Diana Stars.
Oh my God!
Like, yo! I mean, I saw them trending on Twitter, and
no, it looks like you know more than I do. What happened?
Oh, really?
No, I don't know.
What? Okay, so. For those who don't know, right? Okraku and Diana Stars. Was that actually just yesterday? Was it yesterday? Hey, the game.
You're telling me. I don't know.
Okay, Jai. So they decided to play the first half of their game with 10 players each. And a Okraku player was seen carrying something into the goalpost of Diana Stars, but he was prevented. You know, I put it to you.
Put it to me.
The law that you didn't do, that you are refusing.
Put it to me.
I put it to you that you know about it. What was that?
Okay, let me say that, first of all, I have not seen the match reports.
Okay.
So I would have to be careful on what I say here.
Yeah.
Okay. I've read pieces of what seemed to have happened on media platforms. I've seen pieces of the match footage on social media. Indeed, what I saw is quite worrying. But I would not want to comment too much because I have set up an institution and I want the institution to work. I want the structures to work. Okay, but clearly, what we saw on the screens and what has been reported on social media platforms is not what we want for our football.
Okay,
not at all.
Anyway, but I must commend you because now almost every match day, one of the teams is trending, and the whole "Bring Back the Love" hashtag is working. And I think it's very, very commendable. I'm sure you're happy with the work you're doing.
I'm extremely happy.
Yeah,
I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely happy with the support football clubs and football stakeholders are offering my administration. It's been amazing. Okay, and if you see the energy levels, the adrenaline levels of people, especially on match days, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah. And it started with the game of the Black Stars in Cape Coast when we took office. I believe that the new wind that is blowing around our sport is going to be even much heavier than it has been.
Awesome.
I believe that the numbers at our various stadia is going to improve a lot because I think people believe in the leadership of the Football Association. They believe in the policies we are championing. Juvenile football has been key on our cards, and in the next few days we're going to roll out a lot about juvenile football. The Women's League is now being streamed on social media platforms.
Wow.
It's unprecedented for anybody in Ghana to see the women's game live.
Yeah.
Okay. The Premier League is receiving perhaps the best of TV coverage ever. I mean, if you see the production by Star Times, it's amazing. Okay, and when you look at these bits and pieces of our sport, which has never been like this, then you see why people are extremely excited. I mean, go to the restaurants, go to the cinema houses. People are paying more to watch the GPL of Ghana than the European leagues now. Okay, so a new wind is blowing, and I think that all of us have a role to play. I mean, the kind of media attention, the kind of media support that the leagues in this country have received in the last few months has been amazing. And in saying this, let me give credit to Gary Al Smith and his team. I think that I cannot quantify the support that they have offered the Football Association,
the Joy Sports team,
and our products in totality. I did say on one of media platforms that look, if the product that we are offering, first of all, football is the only sport that is consumed in over 210 countries in the world. It's the only sport. So if we get our footy right, if our footy is receiving the kind of media attention that we are receiving now, it has a multiplier effect. Because multimedia will make money. It means Lexus can be paid much better by Kwesichum.
Hallelujah, somebody. Praise God.
And it affects everybody. Okay, it affects everybody. So believe me, the kind of support that we have received from media houses across the country has been exceptionally good, and I'm so much grateful.
Kurt, what would you like to be remembered for?
Oh, the man who was given an amazing opportunity by Ghanaians to play a part in the development of the game, a man that took Ghana to the World Cup, a man that brought the AFCON trophy to Ghana, a man that offered amazing opportunities to kids who would not normally be found from the woods of Ghana.
If you sent a message that says, Lexus, Kurt speaks like GMO. Have you taken note? Well, you're just telling me. I'm enjoying the conversation. It's fun and nice. A footballer friend just came around and he's so excited with the show. Congrats to him, and may he do well and succeed. Lots of very interesting messages. Somebody even wants me to ask you, what is our problem with penalty kicks? Please, you have an answer to that.
No, our coaches have taken note.
Oh, they have taken note.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, Kurt, tell me, what has life taught you?
To be humble, to be patient, and to invest in yourself, education.
What's your greatest fear?
Greatest fear do I even have? 24 hours is not enough.
You're a family man?
Yes.
So now that you have 48 hours in a day, no? How?
if there's a group who has suffered a lot because of the passion I have for footy, it is my family. Because footy takes away 48 hours of my day, and they get 0.
Wow.
And it's most unfortunate, but I'll work on
Wife,
it.
kids?
Yeah.
How many?
I have a wife, Rebecca, and 3 kids, Ingrid, Ida, Ian.
Apologize to them.
Oh,
this is not to have to tell you.
In fact, they've heard this apology like a million times.
Last one.
Apologize.
There you go, President of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Kurt Edwin Simon Okraku, here on Joy 99.7 FM. I've enjoyed my conversation. Kweku, hey, Kweku, Brad Kweku. Thank you so much for spending time with us here on Joy FM. I'm grateful, and we've enjoyed your company, Kurt. Thank you so much, and we wish you all the best at the GFA. And I'm sure we'll support whatever you're doing. We want to see Ghana football grow and become way better than it is. So
thanks.
You've got our support, and you're a family member, so Charlie, we got this. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, Kurt. Thank you so much. I'm